I'm going to show you what stocks I'm watching this week. And I think you brought up a couple of them. So the first one is Tesla. So Tesla, I liked the price action Friday. Those buyers came in, they pushed it to this 180 level. And I like this 180 level. Like you can see here, like if you look at the past right here, you can see 180 was this 178-ish level was an area Tesla held. Recently, we came to this level twice. We broke lower. We came again. We had this, like you can see that supply, that those sellers came in strong and just shot us down. And this was Wednesday when we had like inflation news. Every single stock ran up like 2% and Tesla crashed, which means Tesla is weaker than the overall market. So this week, if Tesla comes to this 180 level, I'm going to see, are we going to find that strength, break 180, or is this going to be another time where Tesla breaks lower? So this is one of my main watches, Tesla. And then another one, maybe NVIDIA. If NVIDIA can come down to this 915 level, we can see 915 is where this thing just kept finding resistance. And then when it finally broke through, and that's the one thing, when buyers finally come in, they come in with a lot of money and a lot of volume. And you can see this thing broke and it ran all the way up here. So I'm going to see 915-ish level if NVIDIA can hold this. And then NVIDIA's partner, AMD, same thing. This thing found a lot of strength this week, and it's been actually stronger than NVIDIA for the past couple of days. And the breakout level for this was at 162. So we can see this thing rejected 162, and then finally it found that that demand at that 162, found support, came back here. It's coming back, and this will be the third time it's coming to this level. So it's possible this time it can break lower if people are taking profits or if they think it's too expensive. But I'm going to essentially be finding support here. So Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD. And then the third one is a stock that I've been like kind of trading all week, and that's Coinbase. So for Coinbase, I have some like key levels for Coinbase, but I trade Coinbase based off of Bitcoin. So when I see Bitcoin reaching resistance levels, when I see Bitcoin reaching nice support levels, then I like to look at Coinbase. So this week, I put out 2 trades for Coinbase, and it was like both shorts, and it went so well, like both days for Coinbase, and it was based off of Bitcoin's chart. So we can see Bitcoin, this 66 level. So this 66 level, we can see before it was support, broke below, and this thing just keeps struggling to break above this. But we can see that now it's starting to try and break this level. So if tomorrow, if I can see Bitcoin above 67,000 and hold 67,000, then I'll consider buying calls on Coinbase and seeing if Coinbase can go higher. But if Bitcoin is unable to break this, if this is just another wick and it finds weakness here and it's coming back down, then Coinbase, I like Coinbase a lot because number one, the zones are very clear and it follows Bitcoin so well. And the other thing is it has like those contracts move so nice, like the delta goes up so well. So when you buy like calls and the thing moves, it moves so nice. Like I think one of the contracts went up like 200%. I don't know why. It's probably the spreads. So Coinbase is another one that you're like, you should expect a little bit of risk because those contracts have nice spreads on them. So like I sold contracts on Coinbase, and I remember I sold it right away, but the bid and the spread was $150, which means even though I sold at like, I made like $500 on it, if I sold at like the higher price, I could have made another 500 because those spreads were so large. So Coinbase is like a stock that you should expect a little volatility with it, but I like to trade it when Bitcoin is at key levels. So I'm gonna put these on in the group on the watch list. So Tesla, that 180 level, AMD that 162 level, Coinbase based off of Bitcoin 67,000 level, and what was the other one?
NVIDIA.
Yeah, and then Nvidia the 915 level. So those are my four main watches. I'm gonna put it in the group, but that's what I'm watching for this week. I don't know if we have news this week, but
Mm-hmm.
is there like any stock that you guys are watching, like any ones that you guys want me to like quickly look over?
Right now, I'm only watching AMD.
Okay, so AMD, yeah. So you've seen those levels for AMD. Just that 162. If we start losing that 162, because you're in calls, right?
Yeah.
I have a quick question for you. You said 3 months chart. What contract did you buy?
200 call.
200 call for what? When?
This Friday, 24th.
I mean,
Yeah, you're playing a risky game.
Yeah, you're playing like again. Even AMD goes your favor. Those contracts being profits, it's very unlikely.
Because you're basically saying you said 200 calls.
So my thing is, this is my so in my mind, this is my last option trading. If I make profit, I will do it. But if I lose money right now, I will go with stocks trading, where like I can buy it, support, and sell it at resistance. That's my next plan.
Yeah, stocks work. Stocks is better in terms of that risk. But the thing is, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage because like if you look at this chart for AMD, you can't even see $200. That's how high it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say 200. I just looked at AMD per week. AMD moved $10 to $15. That's the average that it moves per week.
So the thing is, in my plan is like when it moves like $5-6, I will sell it like with little profit, and then
but thing is, your contracts won't go into profit. I mean, you might see like 5%, but it's not gonna see anything significant because the second market opens on Monday. Those contracts are gonna be lost a lot of value unless we gap up. Even that, like I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but the chance, again, we are playing a calculated game. The chances of you end up coming profitable on those contracts are very slim. It could happen. I'm not saying it won't, but the likelihood of happening is.
The first thing in my mind was like to buy the contract for like the on expiring in June last week for 200, but I didn't have that much capital, like $200. So
But what Abdul said is completely true. Like, if you don't trade it. Like, you don't have to get into something just because, like, you didn't have a good reason. Again, 200. I wouldn't buy 200 AMD call at least 6 months out. Like, for me, that's a reasonable okay. But I wouldn't even do that just because elections coming. So it's like 6 months is way too much time at this period. So 200 like call for any time period on AMD right now, it should be out of the question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should give it like you need to put because option trading is a risky way of making money itself. It doesn't matter what you do, it's risky. So you gotta try to risk off by doing whatever is like in your power. So I would say number one is like a better contract is if you did like a 160 call that expired this week. And if you say, oh, I can't afford that right now, then that's okay. We go to something that we can afford, know. So like SPY.
Like you are end of the day throwing money away, like what he said about the Robinhood. It's like end of the day, 200 is so high. I'm looking at the weekly chart. We need to have a huge push, like a good $40 move for you to be profitable, and that's only going to give you like 100%. We make 100% trades often, but that's because, like he said, we don't want to do anything that's super risky, especially if it's involves like a really bad contract.
Yeah. Once I would say number one is just learn the basics of the charts, and then when you finally feel like okay, you got to grasp, you understand the charts a little bit, and you're ready to start investing money, and then try to invest with something that is a less risky contract. So you don't put, because when you buy that 200 call, you already put yourself in a disadvantage right away, because the stock can go. Here's the thing: if I buy 150 calls and you buy $200 calls, and just say at the end of the week, Nvidia is at like $170, most likely I'm in profit. I'm 100% in profit, and your contract is not in profit, because you're asking someone to buy a $200 call from you when it's already the end of the week and it's only at 170. It doesn't make sense for someone to buy that from you, so so I'm sorry guys, I have to get out of here. I'm gonna post like the stocks I have on alert. And Mohammed, I just sent you a video, the video for the charting one. So if you have some time, just hop on, see that, and then just look over the charts and see if that helps you. All right, guys.
Yeah, I will do that.
All right, guys. Thank you everyone for coming. See you, Mohammed. See you, Dave. Thank you for joining, Malika. I'm gonna text you, Malika. All right. See you, Mohammed. Ma'asalama.
Salam.